A little disclaimer here. I am a tax accountant, CPA, and not a mechanic. So please forgive me when I call a tube or a heat shrink thingy by the wrong name. So I actually figured out how to make this cruise control work, but I don't use the best terminology, and it was quite fun trying to figure this out. So here you go. I have a 2004 Dodge Ram 2500 5.9 Cummins 4-door, and the cruise control is not working. I tried replacing the switch behind the pedal, the brake pedal. That didn't work. I noticed that my vacuum pump for the cruise control seems to constantly be making a noise, so I guess it's constantly on. I followed the line around, saw that it was broke, got a big mouthful of air, put the line into my mouth, and the vacuum pump just sucked the air right out of my mouth. So I'm assuming that the vacuum pump is working. I'm not sure that's the most scientific way to do this, but that's what I did. Seems like it's working. The vacuum pump is working. Knowing that there's a break in the line, my guess is, so I just have a bad line. So I've got some replacement. I'm just going to splice the part that is broken rather than just get a whole new. I'm just going to try to do a quick and dirty fix, see if I can get it working, and then if I can, I'll probably replace all the lines, make sure that it's a good permanent fix. So let's take a look at the truck. All right, facing the truck, passenger side, it looks like that, I believe, is the vacuum pump. So that thing is constantly, when the engine's going, that thing is constantly running, it's vibrating. So I followed the vacuum line, and the vacuum line goes, let's see, the vacuum line comes around right here, basically. So you can see that line right there comes out the bottom, and it turns into that thin line. So I followed that thin line right there, the thinner one, followed it around, and it comes over here underneath the battery. And underneath the battery, there's a break in the line. So here's the broken line right here. So I'm going to splice that. I went and got a little bit of tubing broke off of there. So this is the piece that broke off from that line. It was a little brittle. So I went and bought this tubing here and cut me a piece about, 1.5 inches long. And now I'm going to use this shrink tape. I'm going to put it on both sides. Shrink tape on both sides. I'm going to use this line to basically be the splice, because the small line that's broken will fit into both sides there, and then I'm going to use that heat shrink and then shrink it, and hopefully that'll just keep it all in place. But this little tube barely fits in there, and in fact it creates quite a good seal, so I think that'll work even without the heat shrink. But that's what I'm going to do. That's how I'm going to try to solve this problem. So that is the splice right there. I've already heat shrunk the right side of that. So I've got the splice in there. I got the heat shrink thing, the heat shrink sleeve on there on the right side, and that one on the left right there, that is what I'm going to heat shrink now. Okay, here we go. Heat shrinking that baby on there. Okay, that's the final result right here. Nice splicing. So I think that's gonna work. I'll let you know. Okay, getting up to speed, going uphill. 40, 45. Hit cruise light comes on. Hit set, going about 49, taking my foot off the pedal.
load on the cruise. Previously, now it would kick off. It would just fall off, and the cruise light would still be on, but I would not be maintaining speed. It'd be like I turned it off. So now it is maintaining speed. I'm gonna hit accelerate.